Then her name came up. Helena Stokely. The city police officer named Prince Beasley claimed that Helena fit this description.
I had seen Helena on many occasions with these other people that Dr. McDonald gave the description of. The night following the murders, I staked out Helena's house. I knew she had to come back sometime. About 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30, this car pulled into the driveway. Stokely was in, and all these guys that Dr. McDonald had to describe. I bluntly asked her. I said, I know you've heard about the murders at Fort Bragg. The descriptions that you did perfect. Were you there? Answer yes or no. She told me that she was on drugs, but yes, she thought she was there.
Prince Beasley called my office, so I made it a point to go down and talk to him. When I got down there, she was there. I interviewed her and found no leads at all. Absolutely no information that would tie her to the case. It was just added more to the confusion.
Her name was Helena Stokely.
All this stuff hanging out there about Stokely, everything pointed to her. What in the world would somebody be out there dressed just like the hippie that McDonald described that had just attacked him? That really did raise some interesting questions.
He called me and told me that he would talk to me, that I may have information he could use. So I agreed to help. I went to Tennessee, and Helena told me in depth that she could not tell all that she knew about this case because if she did, she would go to prison. I think she was worried. I think she was troubled, and she was scared. I have never known Helena to lie to me. She had always been truthful.
Judge Dupree could permit the jury to hear the things that she had said.
I suggested we leave, and that was it. I got into a blue Mustang and left.
Can you tell us who that car belonged
No,
to?
sir. I can't get into names.
When you left, where did you go?
We stopped at Dunkin' Donuts,
And where did you go from there?
back to my residence.
What time did you arrive back at your house?
About 4:30. I took the box of donuts and walked in the house.
When and how did you first meet Stokely?
I first met her in the Hagemount section of Fayetteville. She was running with a group of motorcycle riders. She was a drug addict. She was young, and she impressed me as being a lonely young lady looking for attention and association with something.
Prince Beasley. I never knew that was his first name. He acted like he thought he was a prince. Helena would talk about him all the time, that he was always harassing her for information. But I know that, you know, when she was in trouble, he would help her out. Maybe she had a father fixation for him.
Do you have any idea how many arrests were made on the basis of the tips which she supplied you at the police?
200 or 300 at least. Most times when she would give us information, she would be under the influence of drugs, but we could always depend on her information in any shape she was in.
I said, what are you talking about, Helena? You know, this morning news wasn't even out yet, you know? She said, well, Beasley told me. He came to get me right away because he thinks I did it.
The matter would be cleared up once and for all. Beasley also promised Helena employment and a new identity if possible.
Let's talk about Prince Beasley.
Please quit calling him Prince. If ever I met a man who did not deserve that title, this was the man. He dealt strictly with Helena. You know, when she was in trouble, he would help her out. And she would talk about him all the time, that he was always harassing her for information. One night, I saw her getting into his car.
Was she on a lot of drugs back then?
Oh my God, yes. She took all kinds of drugs. I never knew how she got her heroin. I suspected Beasley gave it to her. If you're an informant, you gotta get paid some way.
Certain people in Fayetteville Police Department, particularly Prince Beasley, sort of started this ball rolling in a way that we're sitting here today because Prince Beasley's relationship with your sister.
Yeah, he's a catalyst that put it into her head, all this stuff, and he told her stuff that somebody had to been there to know. She was their informant, and she wore a floppy hat. So, okay, we can solve this murder real quick.
Did you at any time coerce Helena Stokely into agreeing with statements about her involvement in the case?
In no way. If you tried to press her or coerce her in any way, she'd walk off and leave you standing.
Could Helena be influenced by Prince Beasley to say she was there the night of the murders? Yes.
I'm as fucked up as the next guy. Take my word for it. I always have thought that the sign of intelligence is never, ever to convince yourself that you know something when you don't. To be able to say, I don't know. I don't understand. I'm confused. I'm fucked up. Have mercy on me, please.